guys, Laura here. I'm here today to do my June reading wrap up. I wound up reading 8 books and completing listening to 2 if tomorrow goes according to plan. So I'm just going to talk about everything. I'm also going to talk about the 2 books. One book that I finished that I didn't talk about in my last wrap up, but I also finished reading The Hunt by Megan Shepherd, and I finished reading that at the end of May. I just think I did my wrap up a little bit too early. So I do have a review on my channel about that if you want to go check that one out. It's actually really good. I gave it 4 stars. Thank you again, Edelweiss, for giving me a free e-arc. Go check out that review because I finished that in May. And then the first book that I read was The Wondrous and the Wicked by Paige Morgan. This is the conclusion to the Dispossessed series. I have a review about this on my channel as well, so if you want more information about that, and it's a spoiler/non-spoiler review, be sure you go check that out. It was a really, really great conclusion. I think I gave it 4 stars. I was really, really happy with it. But yeah. And then I finished listening to The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is actually a reread for me, but I listened to it. The Raven King came out recently, and I haven't caught up. I just read the first one, so I wanted to reacquaint myself with it and then read The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. Hopefully I'll get to read that this month or next month. I just have to get it out from my library. And then the next book I read was actually an Owl Crate book, and that is The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. This cover is so pretty, by the way. Can we just admire this cover for a second? But I really liked it. I thought it was a great read. I gave it 4 stars. I also have a review about this on my channel. I really liked it. I thought the mystery was fascinating. I love the world building. I love the characters. The plot towards the end just confused me a little bit, and it didn't have a clear ending, which, as you'll see in a couple of other books, I have a little bit of a problem with, but overall it was really good. If you want a unique twist on a sci-fi time travel novel, be sure to check this one out. And then the next book that I read was Summer Days and Summer Nights by Stephanie Perkins, and this is an anthology of 12 summer love stories. I also have a full review reviewing all of them. Overall, I love them. If you love any of these authors, Leigh Bardugo, Francisco Lee Block, Libba Bray, Cassandra Clare, Brandy Colbert, Tim Federline, Lev Grossman, Nina LaCour, Stephanie Perkins, Veronica Roth, John Scover, and Jennifer E. Smith. I highly recommend that you check this out. It was so good. If you have read the previous anthology and love Stephanie Perkins' book, there's a sequel to her story in here that follows North as well, which I thought was great. I love them all. They were so unique, so different, diverse. They had some gay romances and lesbian romances. It was perfect. I loved it, and I highly recommend, if you're looking for a cool summer read, to check this one out. I gave it 5 stars. If you want my individual ratings on the stories, just go check out my non-spoiler review. And then the next 3 books all go together, and this does have a wrap-up. It's called Michelle Dalton Summer Reads. I took 15th Summer by Michelle Dalton. I have not read 16th Summer, which is the start of this series, but I read 16th Summer Swept Away and 16th Summer Pulled Under. And these are all by Michelle Dalton, and they're just super easy to read contemporaries. They're great. They're really, really fast-paced. They all take place on beach towns in the summer, and the romances were just amazing. I really, really liked them. I thought they were super fun. And as I said with all of them, I wish the endings had been a little bit more clearer. But overall, they were so much fun to read about, and I really hope in the future I'll get to read more by Michelle Dalton. I have 16th Summer, which is my book that I haven't read yet, which is actually the start of this series, but they were all in Book Outlet, and that's how I got them. But overall, I really liked them. I think I gave them all 3.5 stars. I really loved Pulled Under by Michelle Dalton. This one takes place at surfing is the theme. This one is like a lighthouse is the setting, and this one a bookstore is the setting. And the characters are all super fun, and they're just a great read. Very, very fast-paced. I think I read these very, very quickly back-to-back, all in like less than a week. So they were just very, very easy to read. So if you want to be sure to get a cool summer contemporary under your belt, be sure to check those out. And then the next book I read was The Serpent King by Jeff Zeta. This was the March Owl Crate book of the month. I really liked it. Gave it 4 stars. It was a very gritty contemporary novel. Like, it was not the fluff that the other ones I read, but this was very, very gritty and really was very, very realistic. And it followed 3 characters for the most of the book, and it just followed their relationship through their senior year in high school. And the main character in this, his name is Dill. I did a non-spoiler discussion if you want more information. And his father has had a fall from grace and is in prison, but his father was a pastor. And his mother is very angry about him for something. And that kind of starts the book. And there's Lydia, this girl who wants to get out of this dead-end town, and Travis, who is obsessed with fantasy. And those are the kids that kind of start the story off. It's a really, really, really fun read. Very, very gritty, very, very emotional, and there is an unexpected romantic twist that you would not expect when you start this novel, but I really, really liked it. And then the last thing that I finished reading in this month was Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This is the newest book in her, like, companion series, and this follows Andy, and I did a review about this one too. She is a congressman's daughter, and after his fall from grace, her world is turned upside down, and she has to entirely change her summer that she was not planning on it. And this is the story of what happened and the cute boy she meets and the drama that it entails. Very, 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 very fun book. I loved it. I love the characters. I love the setting. I love the twists and turns that happened. It was a great, 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 great read. And if you want more about that book, just check out my non-spoiler review because I talk a lot about it in detail. But I really love Morgan Matson as well. And then I also finished reading the second Harry Potter book, which was great. I was very, very happy. I love doing those rereads. And then I started reading the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I'm also in the process of finishing Conspiracy of Us by Maggie Hall. This is another reread for me, but I want to read Map of Fates, but I'm listening to it, so hopefully I get to complete that tomorrow. But yeah, those are all the books that I read. I think my favorite book this month was The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, just because it was just a perfect contemporary. It had the right amount of drama, the right amount of love, and the right amount of self-discovery. But yeah, I love them all. I thought they were all great. So if you have any comments, just comment below and I'll try to answer them. But I'll talk to you guys later.